What's going on, guys? It's Thursday and I'm back to be winning another Forza Horizon 5 trial event. And this week we have Trial Mix. It is a dirt racing event for 1980s cars tuned to B spec. Don't get this confused with the one we had earlier in March called Trail Mix. When I saw Trial Mix today, I was thinking we had one like this with the same name, but one very similar. And we had one called Trail Mix back in March, so it's a little bit different than that one was. Like I said, this one is a dirt racing event for 1980s cars tuned to B spec. The car I decided to use is the 1981 Ford Fiesta XR2, the tune-made Ford. I'll show it on screen right now. It is called B700 Dirt V2. I'll also show the share code. Oh, I'd say close to a year ago, I made a tune for this car called B700 Dirt Racing. It's good. It would definitely be sufficient for this event, I would say, but I wanted to change things up a little bit. I made some wholesale changes to this car, at least from a parts standpoint. I went back to my tried and true off-road tires. I think my other one I had like sport tires or something to that effect. I decided to make use of the anti-lag turbo system, which has been introduced since my first tune, and I went with the sport bumper on the front instead of the race bumper. Save a few points there. I kind of went try to go more focused towards handling, I would say, as opposed to anything else. Don't be alarmed. It does say the speed 3.8. That is only because I'm using the stock transmission, which I like to do in B700 cars and below. Not all the time, but a lot of times I will like to use the stock transmission just so you can kind of keep the revs a little higher than normal. And granted, you will sometimes top out at a higher. It'll top out at a lower speed than normal with like a race transmission or something like that generally, but usually in races like this I'm not really going to be worried about hitting top speed, so I think the stock transmission is definitely the way to go if you use a car like this. It's a very, very good car overall. There's not really a whole lot to it negative wise. I would say if there is something to gripe about, it might be the braking performance. I think my previous tune it had like a 5.8 braking performance or so, and this one's a 4.8 or 5, something around there. I did not use the race brakes, went just the sport brakes, I believe, so it does kind of braking performance from like if you're going pretty fast, like coming to a complete stop can be a little tricky, but in just general dirt racing, you're not going to have too many issues with the regular brakes. You're going to use a lot more of the e-brake than anything to get around the sharp, twisty turns. This thing does get it done in all three races pretty easily. I won all three races. Much to my chagrin, my team completely blew, so we did not win at all. I think we won one of the 3 rounds as a team. They just weren't very good. A couple of them had stock cars, a couple of them had tuned cars, but either way, they just weren't very good. So my team did not win, but at least you'll get to see a good demonstration of how this car tackles all 3 different races you might encounter in this trial event. I definitely recommend using this car. Leave a comment down below, let me know how your experience went this week and what car you decided to use. And if you decided to use this car, let me know how it went. Also, let me know if you've been playing the new Forza Motorsport game. I tried it a couple days. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's like all the other motorsport games, I would say. It's just too repetitive. You do the same thing over and over again, and you just get like better cars, it seems like, along the way. But one reason why I don't like it, on my PC I have an AMD card. I don't know if it's just an AMD issue or what, but every time I start the game, it does the optimizing shaders fiasco, and it takes like 15 minutes just to start the game every single time. So it's not really, it's not a good thing. Oh, I want to go play Forza Motorsport. Oh darn, I gotta wait 15 minutes for the game actually starts. It's just kind of silly. Hopefully they address that. If it is just an AMD issue, I've upgraded my graphics driver to ones that apparently support Forza Motorsport more intensively, but it hasn't changed a thing yet. Hopefully that gets ironed out in the future. I might try it on my Series S and see how horrible it runs on there, but we'll see what happens. If I have to get a new Xbox or something to play it, I might, but overall I'm not a big fan of it. I've always liked the Horizon series more, but it's something. It's new for people that have had that motorsport itch for a while, since we haven't had one in several years. It'll be there if y'all want to play it, but I still much rather play the Horizon series. Anyway, if this video helped you out, leave a like on it, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you next week for another trial event.